Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you two simple automatic light systems that you can use in your base to help you see at night. We've all been there. It gets dark in Rust, you're wandering around your base, bumping into all the walls, you can't see where you're going. This is two easy ways to get around it. The first is based on a solar panel system. This is probably the quickest one you can set up, and it's the easiest. All you've got to do is find one solar panel in a barrel and a blocker, and you're good to go. So the way that this works is you have your battery. We have our power from our battery, which is feeding a branch. The branch is where you configure your lighting power that you need. If you've got 5 lights, you'll need 5 power. I've got 2 lights here, so there's just 2 power. The branch out from the branch feeds the blocker. The output from the blocker feeds your lighting circuit. So you just loop your circuits to pass through into each light. Obviously I've got two lights. Then all you need on your base somewhere is a solar panel. If you're in the top of the map, this is like I am north, then you want to face your solar panel south, and if you're south then you want to face it north. Generally the way that the sun is facing, just place a solar panel on top of your base somewhere. From your solar panel output you'll be feeding the block on the blocker. So what that does is the branch is kicking out the power to your lights, but the solar panel block is stopping the power from getting to the lights while it outputs power. So if I replicate nighttime by blocking off the light to the solar panel, once the solar panel does not receive any light, it stops the blocker and allows the power through, which turns the lights on. In the morning, when the sun comes out again in Rust, which I'll replicate now, as soon as that solar panel receives some light, it generates the electric, which blocks the signal to the lights, and the lights turn off again. So very simple, and that's the first circuit. The second circuit, slightly more complicated, but I've tried to keep it as easy as possible. There are methods out there that use memory cells and things like that, but I find a lot of people get confused with memory cells, so I've tried to keep this one as simple as circuit as I can for you. So again, we have our battery, we have our power feeding a branch. The first branch is the power for the clock. All we need on there is 1 power for the clock and 1 power that the clock sends out when it sends its signal. So 2 power on that branch, and the branch out feeds the power in on the clock. The second branch is the branch that feeds your lights. Again, 2 lights, 2 power. You obviously increase that as you have more lights. The branch out from that branch for the lights feeds a timer into the power in. The power out from the timer feeds your lighting circuit. Then the branch that feeds the clock, you just put a clock down, you can craft them or you can find them in barrels, and the power out from the clock goes into the toggle on the timer. Now in Rust it works on a 60-minute window, with 15 minutes being nighttime and 45 minutes being daytime. The nighttime kicks in, starts getting dark roughly around 7:30 in-game time, and it starts getting daytime again roughly around 5 o'clock in the morning. Now just to demonstrate how this works, what I'm going to do is set a timer for just 10 seconds, and it says 16:55 now, so we'll just set a quick time up for 16:57. We'll save that, and what you'll see is when it hits the time, it sends a signal to the timer and the lights will stay on for that specific time that the timer counts down and then turn. What you're going to want to do next is set up the actual time. I normally use 8 o'clock and around 900 seconds, and that should take you to the morning again. So basically this clock, once it gets in-game time around 8 o'clock, it will send the trigger to the timer. The timer will activate for the 900 seconds, which will take you to roughly morning. You can adjust this, you can adjust the time of the clock and also the timer if it's not correct for you, but that should get you through the night. Well, that's everything. Any questions, just let me know. As I say, I know there is the memory cell way of doing this, but I see a lot of people just constantly asking questions about memory cells. So I think the timers are just the simpler way of doing it, but the memory cell does have its advantages as well. Okay, enjoy. I'll see you in the next one.